I get this question all the time. Is it better to start with a blog, traditional blog, or a YouTube channel today? And I have a lot of feelings about this. I've been blogging for more like 12 years. I've really only taken YouTube seriously for more like the past couple of years. But Andy, I want to get your take on this because you've been doing both for longer than I have. So if you were to be starting today, starting over from scratch, would you start with a traditional blog or a YouTube channel?
Honestly, I think if you have the ability to be on camera, you should run with that. And a lot of people might not think they have that ability, but it's actually a skill that you can grow. Like me and Ryan have not been this good on camera always. You can go to my YouTube channel and actually go back 10 years and see some of my older videos and how those look. But I think just starting and presenting yourself and giving your insights on whatever niche you're in is really, really important. And the YouTube video is a really great way to do that, especially if you have a skill that involves a visual component. A blog, obviously written content, I don't think it's ever going to go away, but now it's even easier than ever to actually make written content, especially with AI tools like RightBlogger. So I think, more people are going to be entering that field and less people are going to be able to actually use video and put themselves on video. And there's so many skills involved that you can learn while you're doing YouTube, like video editing, marketing. Other skills like that are so essential, making thumbnails. And that's also why we built the YouTube to blog post generator. It actually uses the transcript from your YouTube video and converts it into a blog post. So you have a great jumping off point to actually make blog posts. So if you have a lot of videos on your channel, you can convert those to blogs, which I highly recommend. You definitely want to have multiple sources that your traffic's coming in and where you're actually building influence to get the goals you want and the audience that you want.
I love that. I think that's a great answer. And from, you mentioned go back 10 years ago, see some embarrassing videos. You can go to my YouTube channel right now and see some embarrassing videos. So I feel like
from
I'm still very much, last week, today, this video, I'm still very much learning this new skill myself. And I find that the way that I learn new skills really well is by diving really deep into them. So like I did this challenge February 2024 to make 29 videos in 29 days, right? I'm actually not sure if I did hit all 29. I got to tally them up now that we're on the last day. But from my perspective, starting on YouTube would be what I would do today. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And it's a place where people will discover content and engage with you in a way that's much more like real and just raw and authentic because they're watching you. They feel like, you're speaking directly to them. It's a very different experience than just reading a traditional blog. But the best of both worlds to me is what I'm doing today. So I am continuing with my traditional blog and I'm going hard on YouTube. So from my perspective, if you can do both, if you can find a way to have fun with making video and actually enjoy it and not just treat yourself with, a ton of self-judgment for not being perfect on camera, the first time you do it, really look at this as a muscle to build. As you said, Andy, like this is a skill to build over the course of days, weeks, months, years. This isn't something that most people can just immediately flip on a camera and be amazing at. It takes time to cultivate this ability. But what I do like best about the way that you and I both approach blogging nowadays is that we create a lot of video first content and then use like the repurposing tools like we're building inside RightBlogger to take those videos and turn them into things that we can publish on our blog, social media snippets, stuff that we can like distribute across different platforms. But doing video first is going to be one of the best ways to set yourself up for longer term success today.
And Ryan, I just wanted to say one more thing is like a lot of people don't start because what their friends and family are going to think of them, especially with YouTube. It's a lot more visual. People are seeing you. And it's kind of like funny that when you get to a point where you have your own audience and your friends and family aren't even the ones watching your videos, because that's probably how a lot of people are going to start out. I don't know if you felt this way when you started, Ryan, but for me, it's like my first videos were kind of like just for my friends to see. And then I actually grew an audience around photography. And like now people that I know don't even see my videos. So like that's how it's going to go. People who want to see your videos, people who want to see you are going to find you and, keep your social life and your family life out of it. It's not really going to be relevant once you actually start getting into the weeds of your YouTube channel.
That is really good advice because I think that's a way to really get stuck in your own head. If you're thinking about like, how are my mom, my dad, my siblings, my friends going to react to this? What will they think of me? Will they judge me? Will they be harsh? Will they be critical? There's a lot of those kind of like
and strangers questions too.
Yeah.
Like you'll get strangers saying, my videos, the biggest comment is you speak too fast, and like, as a negative. But it's funny because I also have comments they'll say, I love the way you speak fast and you're straight to the point. So there's always going to be an audience for your specific personality. And I think that's a great reason to start. Like obviously in your niche, there's probably a YouTuber already existing. That doesn't mean you shouldn't start. Like people want to see your personality. People are going to match different things. There's always room in the market for plenty of people to make videos and make content.
Yeah. Same thing applies to written content and video, but if you are just yourself, if you are as authentic, as real as you can be when you turn on the camera or you sit down to write, then nothing else really matters. If you deliver real value in a way that's authentic and genuine to you and it feels right, that's the best thing you can do, because there will always be people that are going to resonate with who you are. And no matter what, there will always be people that you're just not going to be for either. And over the long term, that doesn't really matter. If you just deliver value and be real, you'll do well. And again, the real recommendation I have here is to try and do both if you can. Start with video first content. It's if you feel comfortable with it, and then use tools like what we've built inside RightBlogger, the YouTube video to blog post generator that takes a video, turns it into a blog post draft in just a few different clicks. That's a great way to start repurposing your content, and a bit lower lift than, say, writing a full blog post after you've already made a video for it. And you can try these tools for free. Just go ahead, make an account, and yeah, enjoy.